Tesla FSD Supervised Real-World Drive and Review. Tesla started rolling out its full self-driving Supervised v14.1.7 suite last night to owners, and there are several improvements to note within the new update that are at least the start of fixes to highly mentioned issues. On an hour-long drive, we tested v14.1.7 and tested its new capabilities, which are mostly overall performance and smoothness fixes rather than integrations of new features that are unknown to routine FSD users. However, there are a handful of shortcomings that are still present within the suite, which are not something that will be fixed within the span of a single update. For what it is, full self-driving does an excellent job of navigating once you get it on its correct path. Our issues tend to be confined to navigation, routing, and the decision-making process that has to do with the way the car wants to get you to your destination. There were 5 things that happened on our first drive with v14.1.7 that are worth mentioning. The full drive will be available at the bottom of this article. Navigation and routing still seems to be a major challenge in past content. We've discussed the issues with routing and navigation, and how a Tesla chooses its path. Most noticeably, these issues occur in the same areas. For me, it's my local supercharger. My 2026 Model Y with AI4 continues to pick less than optimal routes out of the supercharger, and in this instance, it actually chose to turn down a road, pull over, and give me the wheel, essentially asking, "Hey, can you get me on the right track here?" This is still my biggest bone to pick with FSD, even more so than some of the bonehead moves it's made in tougher scenarios. Mostly parking lots with very limited visibility due to shrubs being planted in the worst possible locations. It's rare that it happens, but this particular supercharger has been a true thorn in the side of my Tesla. This is not an issue that is confined to v14.1.7 or even v14 in general. Unfortunately, it is an issue that has persisted throughout my ownership experience, as well as during demo drives. Still dealing with this navigation routing issue. FSD still hasn't figured out how to exit this supercharger. FSD chose to pull over and let me work it out of its predicament. Stuttering and hesitation at intersections was non-existent. There was some confusion regarding my language in a recent article where I stated Tesla is confronting the issues that have been reported regarding the stabbing with braking. Tesla began the v14.1.4 launch last night, which included minor improvements and addressed brake stabbing issues many owners have reported. In my personal experience, the stabbing has been awful on v14.1.3 and is a major concern. However, many things have improved, and only a couple of minor issues have been recurring. Many of the issues v13 addressed are no longer an issue, so Tesla has made significant progress. It has undoubtedly improved, but it is not resolved. With that being said, I did not feel a single example of hesitation, stabbing, or stuttering at a single intersection or instance when it has been present in the past. CEO Elon Musk said it would be fixed with v14.2, so it seems like Tesla is well on its way to resolving it. Proper handling of crosswalks. It's crazy how many people still do not stop for pedestrians at clearly marked crosswalks. I had 2 instances of it happen during the drive, with FSD stopping for those pedestrians both times. Human drivers did not stop either time. Handled merging onto a highway with an inconsiderate driver well. Routinely, drivers will get over into the left lane if they are able, to allow merging traffic to safely enter the freeway. It does not always happen this way, and it's not required by law. Not exclusive to v14.1.7, as many past iterations would have done this as well. But it was nice to watch the vehicle slow down to let that traffic pass. It then entered the freeway safely, and the entire maneuver was well done. Took an appropriate move with oncoming foot traffic and debris in a tight alleyway. This was probably the most on edge I was during the drive because FSD chose to take an unnecessary alleyway, and there was a box and oncoming pedestrians. The car was aware of everything that was going on. In order to avoid the box, it would have had to turn toward the pedestrians, and in order to avoid the pedestrians, it would have had to turn into the box. It chose to wait patiently, and after the pedestrians were past the car, FSD chose to proceed. A patient FSD debates pedestrians and debris. It chooses to not turn toward the humans or the box, instead waiting for a clear path to proceed. Closing thoughts. Overall, we're very impressed with V14.1.7, and we think this is Tesla's best iteration of the FSD suite yet, as it should be, since it's the newest version available. Tesla's attention to detail regarding the brake stabbing is really well done, and it seems evident that a complete fix is on its way. Other than the navigation issue at the very beginning, which was not an intervention, at least in my opinion, this was a really successful drive. Source: reposted and summarized from Joey Klender at teslarati.